A year ago at this time, you're getting ready to go into your first season with Coach Brown. Is it possible to put into words how much farther along you, either as a player or as a team, are in terms of what Coach Brown and his staff want?
It's a night and day difference. Given the second time around, you know a lot more what he expects. Mentally, just being ready for practice, let alone. It sets you apart. You know, last year as a team, we didn't know what to expect going into practice. We didn't know what he wanted. We didn't know, certain sets. But now, collectively, it's all gelling together.
Last year, Coach Brown, after some games, he praised you and Ryan Manuel a lot for the job you did at point guard when he said you weren't necessarily pure point guards. Now you got Nick Moore in here, who he says is a pure point guard. So for the people watching this who've never played, what's the difference? What makes someone a pure point guard?
Well, that term is it's used loosely, I would say. From my definition of a pure point guard, I would say it's somebody that is capable of, getting somebody else involved. I guess mostly pass first, and I would say me and Ryan, we go pass first, wholeheartedly. I feel like we want to get everybody involved, and if you ask me and Ryan, we may say we feel like we could be pure point guards, but when it comes down to it, Coach Brown is the head coach, and Nick Moore is a great point guard. And if that's pure, then that's as pure as it'll come, Nick Moore for sure. Me and Ryan, what we did last year, we did our best. We tried to compete every play. We tried to get everybody involved, and we tried to also, look for our shots when the time came. But to separate the two, I feel like just being able to get everybody involved at the same time, or being able to understand your playing the game.
Is it possible that running the offense or running the team last year from the point will help you going into this year as a shooting guard?
I feel like it will. I feel like having that last year, it gave me the ability to understand what's going on. So I know things that the point guard should do because I played it for a year. So being a two guard, I feel like I am also a point guard at that spot. And I feel like actually I will play a lot of both. I feel like all of our guards will. I feel like all of our guards are interchangeable, so we'll play a lot of 1, 2, maybe even 3 at times. So I feel like we all, as of now, right now, we have a good grip and a good knowledge of the 1 and the 2 spot.
If you look at the point guard spot as a pass-first guy on the offensive end, but like you said, a lot of you can play either the 1 or the 2. What are the biggest differences or adjustments you've got on the defensive end if you go from the 1 to the 2?
It's not that much different, really. Point guard has the ball in his hands more. It's not really a change. You'll still be guarding a lot of ball screens. The sets, things will still be the same. Personnel will be the only difference. Maybe, shooting guards may be a bit taller. But other than that, everything will still be the same as far as guarding the 1 and the 2.
One of the guys who's gotten a lot of attention going into this season is your new freshman teammate, Keith Frazier. You'll both play shooting guard, maybe some point guard as well. You're roughly the same height. But other than the fact that you're a few years older than he is, what are the biggest differences in your game and Keith's?
Biggest differences in my game and Keith Frazier's game. I would say right now it's early to tell because I've only been around Keith and watched him play for maybe a month and a half now, 2 months, and I feel like I see both of us have the same style of play. We're capable of scoring the ball, we're capable of shooting the ball, but it just comes down to, I don't know. The years of age that I have over him. The experience, I guess. That's the only thing that'll be a difference. The difference in it all, I guess, just my knowledge of college basketball, and then the speed of the game versus high school to college. But as far as game goes, it's pretty much. It'll be hard to tell. I gotta let the fans be the judge of that, really.
When you look at all the guys who could play the 2, you, Ryan Manuel, Sterling Brown, John Michael Moutier, Keith Frazier, is that the best position on this team?
The best position on this team. I will say it's a loaded position at this team, really.
The deepest position.
It is. It's extremely deep. But that's the good part about this team is that we have a lot of bodies and a lot of people that are capable of playing not only one position but multiple positions. Everybody you just named can play 3 positions, and so I mean that's a good thing about it. And it's not. I wouldn't say that's the best position on the team, but you know, for the style of play we play, it is a good position to play with Coach Brown.
Are there enough minutes and enough shots to go around with all you guys? And Sean Williams can play there too?
Whoa, let's hope so. You know, it's only one basketball, and only 5 people can be on the court at one time. So let's hope it is. And if not, we're sure Coach Brown can you know, split it up pretty good.
All right, like you said, you're still getting used to your new teammates, the newcomers, the freshmen, and Yannick as well. But you got 3 transfers who sat out last year, just like you did the year before. Give me a little scouting report on these guys. Who do they remind you of, or what do they do best? Like, start with Nick Moore, I guess.
Well, for Nick Moore, I say the best thing that Nick Moore does is, you know, he can get everybody involved, and it looks pretty effortless. You know, I mean, you know, for a guy his size, I mean, he has a heart of a lion. You know, he's a competitor. He goes hard. He's vocal. I mean, he's pretty much everything that a coach would want a point guard to be. You know, he's not afraid. He doesn't back down. And I'm excited to play with him this year.
Crandall Head.
Crandall, you know, I mean, he's a competitor as well. He's coming from Illinois. You know, that's a tough Big Ten school with a lot of tradition. And you can tell he has background knowledge. His brother actually played in the NBA for some time. So he knows the game pretty well, and I mean he's a good kid. He's selfless. He passes the ball. I mean he plays together. He understands the game. I'm excited to play with him as well too.
And then Marcus Kennedy down low.
Marcus is you know, Marcus is a good guy. Marcus is a good friend of mine, and it's interesting to watch the growth of Marcus from coming in last year and then to now. Speaking of the devil, and then. And I mean, just, you know, watching him grow, you know, his post offense is pretty amazing. I gotta say. I mean, he's a good talent. He's talented. He listens. I mean, he passes out of the post. I mean, he does a lot of things that most bigs nowadays might not do. And it'll be an exciting year for all of us, and we have an exciting team.
All right, start of the season's about a month away. What's going to be the biggest difference in this year's team compared to last year's?
I would say depth. Off the top, that'll be the biggest difference. That we have a lot of depth. We have a lot of it. I feel like we have more experience now because I feel like all 5 of the starters we had last year, including myself, that was our actual first year of playing full college basketball. And me and Sean transferred in from other schools, but at those other schools, our minutes were limited. So I feel like that last year was our actual first time playing a full season. And that was the same way for the other 3 guys we had, Cannon, Jalen, and Ryan. And with that, I feel like now we have a lot of experience. We have a lot of transfers coming in. They played before college basketball. Our 5 played basketball. And then now, you know, we're just coaching up the young guys with the help of our staff. And I mean, we're just getting ready for the season. So it's going to be exciting. It's going to be a fast-paced season because the style of play we're playing now is different from last year. You know, it's a faster pace, more up-tempo. So it'll be exciting to watch.